Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Code Wars, and today we'll be solving a word to binary. Now let's read rapidly. The exercise: write a function that takes a string and returns an array containing the binary number equivalents. For example, we have man, and we should return something like this. Now man is a 3-letter word, and this is M in binary, this is A in binary, and this is N in binary. Now if you're new to binary live, this is a channel that teaches you how to code, and most importantly, you pay attention to how the thinking process is done and how the solution is brought to life. So without further ado, let's get to code. There are basically 3 principles, JavaScript principles, you should know to solve this exercise. First is how to concatenate a string, which is very simple. If I open my node console, if I have a string that is made up of spider, I can say spider the string plus I add a space, I add man, we get Spider-Man. So it's just a plus concatenation. The second thing necessary is how to convert this M, this letter, into binary, and for that to happen we have to pass through a middle stage, which is before getting the binary equivalent we have to get the Ascii code, and you can get that rapidly on Google. So I googled it, and this is basically it, which is code car with an index. So if I have M for our particular case, let's convert it to ASCII, is car code at it's 0, just say 0. So this is the equivalent of M in ASCII. And now to convert it to binary, we use toString function. You set toString to convert it to binary. So we can see that. Let's go back to our code wars. You can see that this string matches this one here, with the exception that there is an O in front. Maybe we'll have to fill that in. How many characters? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We should probably fill it, but before that, let's first do the conversion before filling the zeros. So what shall we do? We shall take our string and split it so that we can have an array, and then for each character, let's just say car, for each character in that string, what do? We're going to take the character, and let me make this larger. All right, I can even put it to full screen. Right, so for every character we are going to convert it to ASCII code using this, and then we are going to convert it to binary using this. And then we are going to put it into our array. So let's create an array, and let's just carry the answer to be equal to an empty array. So when we do this conversion, I'm going to push it into the array. So I just say answer dot push. I push the whole conversion thing into the array. At the end of the day, I return the array set answer array, or well, I can just call my answer array if you wish. Before returning, let me console log so that we can see it in the screen. Okay, let's come back. Let's come back to a normal display. Alright, so let me test. We have some error at the level of the push. Oh, it's not more answer, it's array. Alright, we see have an error. What's the issue here? Okay, I put the two here. It's just one that with method chaining. I should run that. So I think we have the answer, except that we have to maintain the 8th character, like here. Here, this is what we should return. We have this this is M in ASCII, which is made up of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, but we're supposed to have 8 characters, so we just add a 0 in front. So we need to loop that array and add 0 in front. So I'm just going to, that's very simple. I'm just going to create let's go back to full screen. We can do all that code here, but I'm going to make it simple. I'll break it into two. I'm going to create a function Ascii that takes a string and make it into 8 character. Let's just call it bring to 8. Okay. So if I'll take the string as a parameter, so that what am I going to do? I'm going to create a temporary string. Let me just call this a temporary string and put it into an empty string. So I'm going to count the length. Basically I want to take this string and let's say it has six characters inside. I want to bring it to 8 by adding zeros in front. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So I have to count the length of this. So say let the str length, the string length, to be equal to string.length. Now the difference in the string character will be 8 minus the string length. So let's say this was 6. This is going to return 2, which means we have to add 2 zeros. So what am I going to do? So I'm going to say I'm going to prepare my 2 zeros that I'm going to add. So I starts at 0 and yi is less than the difference. What am I going to do? I'm going to concatenate zeros into my temporary string. I'm going to concatenate with a 0. At the end of the day, I'm going to have my right 0. So I'm going to return my temporary string made up of my zeros plus my string, which completes it. Right. So let's trick this thing here. Why we are looping? We just bring it to 8 characters before pushing into our array. So this is the part that does the conversion to binary. So let me just put it into a variable and call it conversion. So conversion is equal to this. All right, now before pushing into the array, I'm going to convert it. I'm going to bring it to 8 characters. So I'll just call this function here, bring it to 8 characters, and I'm going to bring the conversion to 8 characters. It's conversion, something like that. So that's simple. This just takes a string and converts it to 8 characters. If it was 5, it's going to convert to add 3 zeros in front, and so on and so forth. It is already 8. Well, it's just going to return the string because this will be 0 here. Alright, so and this function here takes a string, splits it so that it can become an array, and loops every character inside and converts that character to binary, and then brings it to 8 character string, and then pushes it into the array, and then we return the array at the end. So let's come back to the full screen of codewars and execute our code and see what happens. Let's test. Yeah, we passed the test. Let's run again. Right, we just passed the test, so we can make everything is correct. So we can just refactor this so that we can have less and less. You see, we used a lot of variables, like here, especially here, to get the difference. So we could just say the difference is 8 minus this, and then we strip this off, something like that. And this for loop can be done in one line since it's just one, but I'll just leave it like that. It's cleaner. Even this conversion can all be condensed into one line, but let's just leave it that simple. And I'm going to comment the console log. It was just for you to see visually. I think that's it. All right. Okay, that's it. We're going to run it one more time. And submit, so that we can go we can see a walkthrough on other people's solution and see how they came about it, in case we have some inspiration. This is a one-liner code. It's probably the same thing. So this is called a spread operator. It permits him to create the array like we did, like when we split. This is the same scenario here, and then instead of using the for each, you use the map. This is still another looping array, the same thing. And then code point, I don't know what it is. I guess it also converts to ASCII somehow. And then here it converts to binary, and here part start. This is the whole function we're doing in order to convert a string to 8 characters. There is a JavaScript function. This should be it. Part start. Now let's do a test just to be sure. So if I have my string equal to shy, something like that. So, oh sorry. So str is shy. So if I take the string, I part start to 8 characters. I part it with, sorry. Let's say I part it with zeros. That's it. It adds zeros in front. So this we could have done it simpler, but we just built the whole function because we never knew about this function. So this is it, part start. This is the same scenario here. Well, he converted the string to array and then looped through every character and added 0. It means from his conversion he was sure that he always had a 7th character string, so he just added 1 so that he made 8. But this one is more general, or like the one we did, because whatever the number of binary zeros and ones we have inside, whether 5 or 6 or 7, we can always bring it to 8 with part start. So this is it. He arrays.push. He just adds a 0 to the conversion from ASCII and binary. It means that from this exercise he was always having the 7. It means that those test cases were always bringing 7 character ASCII codes. Well, I'll need to stop here. So whatever variation we have here, it is always the same scenario. Converting to ASCII, converting to binary, and padding 0 ahead so that we have a 8 character. So thank you guys for watching, and see you on another video for another challenge. And don't forget to subscribe and comment, and thank you for viewing, guys. Nice day.